Hey guys, sitting here in the parking lot, just got off work waiting for the bike to warm up, and got an interesting topic for you guys today. Topic is club guys versus solo guys. And obviously, this vlog will be from the point of view of a club guy. But before I get into any kind of comparison between the two, let me give you a little bit of background about myself. I started off on a bike about 4.5 years ago. And at that time, I rode with my family. We all got our licenses, took the safety course right around the same time. And needless to say, my little family group got big rather quickly. We started buying up bikes and refurbishing them and kind of flipping them off of Craigslist. And pretty soon there were about 10, 12 of us, and we all rode together. People started calling us the Mad Max crew because every single bike we rode was different. I mean, there were sport bikes, cruisers, a couple of drag bikes, a little bit of everything in our little group. It was pretty funny. So we started, everybody knew us as Mad Max crew. So we made some patches, and we started wearing patches and calling ourselves the Mad Max crew. It's kind of a little mom and pop deal. I'll put up a picture here of what the patches used to look like. So that was our little family group. And it was awesome. I mean, we weren't a motorcycle club per se, but we got recognition from the other motorcycle clubs that we were a group, and it was all well and good and awesome. Well, after, let's see, I want to say about a year and a half of riding that way, the club kind of disbanded. Our little group broke apart, as groups often do. Just kind of drifted apart. People stopped wearing their patches, that kind of thing. Now mine are framed on the wall to kind of commemorate that part of my life. But after that I rode solo for a while. So I can kind of give you the point of view from both angles, because I was a solo rider. And I hung out with clubs and went to bike nights and did all the rider stuff that I normally did. I just did it without the patch. And then I rode solo for a while, hung out with a lot of different clubs, crotch rocket clubs, cruiser clubs, you name it. And finally decided that I wanted to be a part of a club again. And I came across these guys, the Crusaders for Serenity. I'd hung out with them for a while, I knew their president and all that kind of stuff. And so I decided I wanted to be a prospect. And it was offered to me, and I considered it for a while, and then I accepted. And it's been great ever since. I can honestly say that being a prospect has been one of the best years of my life in terms of learning who I am and accepting who I am. Anyway, there's that. So, that's my angle on it. Now, back to the conversation, which is club versus riding solo. There are advocates for both sides, and I ride with guys on both sides of the fence on that one. I ride with club guys, as you've seen from some of my previous videos. I ride with solo guys, good friends of mine that just don't do the club thing. And that's great. The main difference that I've found between the two factions is that solo guys don't like the commitment of being tied down to a club, whereas the club guys like the commitment and the fraternity that comes with being accepted into a motorcycle club. And that's not to say that you don't see brotherhood amongst the solo riders, because you do. The solo guys band together just as much as the club guys do. I mean, if I'm broken down on the side of the road, the chances of a biker pulling over are better than a car, regardless. But the chances go up even more if the other biker has a patch on his back. It's just an unspoken bond that comes from the club guys. Now, as a solo rider, there is a brotherhood to be felt between people who ride. But the level of commitment to other riders, and especially to other club people, increases tenfold when you put a patch on your back. And I have seen guys in the mom and pop style clubs, the one-piece patches as they're called, and I've seen guys with three-piece patches, the one-percenters, the outlaws. And all those clubs have one thing in common. You have to earn your way in. I mean, very few clubs have a buy-in option, if that makes any kind of sense. Nearly all of them have a prospect period where you start with nothing. You're just Joe Civilian to them. And over the course of a set period of time, or a set number of rides, or events, or whatever, you earn your way into their brotherhood. You are tested to see if you have what it takes to represent the rest of the group. And every group is looking for something different. I mean, my club, for example, the Crusaders, is a clean and sober club. If you're not clean and sober, you don't get in. That's just the way that works. The solo riders obviously don't have that kind of problem because they don't have any commitment to each other. They can come and go as they please. They don't answer to each other. They don't represent each other in the same way. And yes, there is a universal representation. When you get on two wheels, you represent everybody on two wheels, in a way. But with patched members, you don't just represent yourself. You represent yourself, and your club, and every other motorcycle on the road. And believe it or not, that patch makes you more responsible as a representative because people notice patches. They eyeball them. Everybody wants to know who that guy is when he's got that leather vest on. Solo guys look cool by themselves. And when they're going down the road, people eyeball you and go, wow, that's a cool bike. But believe me, any rider can tell you that when you see a guy roll up to you and he's wearing a vest that's got some sort of flash on it, everybody's looking. Even other riders are looking. They want to know what those patches say, what they mean, what the symbolism is. So there's a different level, a different intensity of commitment and brotherhood that you get from the patches that you don't get from solo riders. And that just comes from a guy who's been on both sides of the fence and has seen the commitment that comes from both sides. If your opinion differs, please feel free to share. I'd love to know what you guys think. If you're club members, speak up. Share some info. I'm not asking you to give us the dirty details on your club, but just, you know, if you're a club member, let us know why. What appeals to you about being in a club? If you're a solo rider and you don't like the club idea, tell us why. I'm curious to know. It's one of those conversations that I have a lot, and like I said, I have friends on both sides of the coin. And at the end of the day, what I end up telling them is, we are all on two wheels, patches or no patches. I just choose to immerse myself in this culture in a different way. And I'm not saying anybody has to do it my way, or that I don't approve of the way they do things, just the way I choose to express myself. So, with that being said, I think I will leave you guys to consider it. And if you have any input, please feel free to drop a comment or a video response. And keep the conversation alive. See you guys on the next one.